All right, everybody, welcome to another Creators Fund evening presentations live pitches event. And today we have, believe it or not, second batch, which is one more than the first batch. I know. And this batch will go from September to November. And today we'll have presenters who will be pitching to get funded up to $1,000 in Somnium cubes per month for 3 months period on their creative projects, which involves, of course, Somnium Space. And we're super excited to be here. We're super excited to hear the presentations. With me, there are amazing judges today who will be asking absolutely incredible questions. I'm sure about that. They will be doing the evaluation later on after the presentations, as we did in the last time. So, Chris Bell, no one else than Chris Bell, is on the right side from my stand. And then this time, Jambi Dragonfire, everybody, he is coming to our judge panel today. And of course, as last time, Natural Warp in a beautiful avatar. OMG, that's an amazing avatar. And I'm super excited to be there, of course, myself as well, to be there alongside those incredible judges. All those people are super involved in Somnium Space. They know Somnium Space from inside out. They are OGs of our space, and there is no better than them to be alongside me to judge the projects and actually ask questions. So, all right, and now it's time to welcome no one else than Artific, the great member of our community, and we're all looking forward to his presentation. So Artific, give a round of applause to Artific! Woo!
Yes, Artific.
Hello everybody!
Hello.
What are you doing today? It's amazing. Welcome everyone. Welcome ladies, gentlemen, creatures, fellow Metaverse travelers. It's amazing. Let's go to the next slide, please. And so I usually do a lot of interviews, and I always talk about someone else, interview someone else. So this is actually the first time that I will be talking a little bit about myself, because I think it's important for you to know who are you going maybe send the money to. I'm Artific, Jaroslav Hulý. I'm not anonymous. Then my background is actually very far from Metaverse and art and all these sort of things. But what I did, I have like 10 plus year experience in data analytics, data engineering, machine learning. I was working as head of advanced analytics, led some international teams, developing data products for a lot of different countries all over the world. I managed to retire in age of 36. Next slide, please. And then I got, I learned about NFTs, and I figured out that I don't know anything about what's going on there, but I had some opportunity, but I really didn't understand it. Then I learned about metaverses, and that was something that I could understand. I did some research, and on all of the big ones, and then I decided to go to Somnium, and actually I put some money into some others, but then very soon I learned my mistake, and I actually sold all of the other properties. Actually, timing was quite good because there was the second land sale, so I was able to buy some words and some other parcels, and most of all my Metaverse assets are in Somnium, and most of the NFTs assets are in Metaverse. Heavily invested here. So that's the commitment. And so I basically sold out my retirement portfolio, went into Metaverse, and went into cash, so I would be able to work on my project for a couple of years without problem. So I basically have these two sort of assets. And I started the Art and Coffee project. Like in beginning, next project please. In beginning, I actually was thinking about doing art myself, but then I saw that there was like a huge hole in the market, for actually giving people, artists, some space where they would be able to tell their story, not just, I don't know, 10 minutes or 200 characters or something like that. So I started doing long-form interviews, exhibitions in the metaverse. This is a little bit too far. Can we go a little bit back? Okay, yeah, that's it. So I started in March. I did about 100 metaverse events, exhibitions, at least 1 a week, sometimes more. I did podcasts, multiple ones each week, some NFT drops, and a couple of parties as well. And yeah, I did all of this without asking money from the artists, because I think first it's quite early. And yeah, I learning this, as I said, like I don't have background in this. I never did YouTube stuff. My first stream was disaster, second one as well. And so I'm still making mistakes, so I don't feel comfortable charging for that. But still, my parcels have like 12K visits. I have 5.8K Twitter followers, and a lot of these people that came to the parcel, to the exhibitions, were actually first time that they were coming here. Some come to 2D, so I did some onboarding and so on, but mostly to web. Next slide, please. Perfect. So, well, I want to do more. And so basically a couple of things that I want to do. We don't have enough space for talking about all of them, but some of them are Art and Coffee Foundation. So I have quite a lot of assets, and I want other people to use them. And I already started some collaboration with some other people. It's actually, again, it's quite early, so most people that get sold on the idea, okay, let's do something in the metaverse, actually buy some parcel and do it for themselves. So or rent it from someone like Chris and do it for themselves again. So like the sub-renting is not so big thing, but still there's starting to be some project and some people that don't want to make the big commitment with money and just want someone even to it's not just about the assets, but also about other people helping you to set it up and give you some information. Then I want to do art in a little bit different way. I want to do art in the 21st century. So I want to create some gamified interactive art experiences. So it's not just we are coming to see some art, but we are coming there and we can be looking at, I don't know, like some street art exhibition, and we can grab guns and we can shoot each other there with paintball guns and splashes all over the art. And there could be like maybe some automated cameras set up there and cool shots and so on. So all of these cool things. I was talking to some people that are managing street artists, and I love this idea. So we are starting working with something like very small, but maybe getting to some of these cool stuff. And yeah, one of the first opportunities that I seen is like we have these chats like on Clubhouse and Twitter Spaces, and there's like missing this visual element. So we are talking about art, but we don't have any way to see the art. So what I'm thinking, and again, it's a little bit early, but still there are possibilities how to do this, where people can still be on Clubhouse, on Twitter Space, but there could be this additional layer in which we can do either in VR or in simplified web parcel, and we can meet there with all of the people in the Twitter Space. We can actually even create smaller groups. So if we are not interested in the main topic, we can use the spatial sound and have smaller groups talk to each other. They could be the art, the topic for the art, for the space, in the actual gallery, and people can actually see it in the virtual space and in 3D and all this cool stuff. Next slide, please. There's so much more that can be done, but again, I don't have space to talk about all of that. But my plan, how to do it, is to build a community. It's a very long process. It's slow going, but basically what I want to do is I invested into the metaverse properties, and I want people to use them to create their own exhibition, to create their own content, and they don't need to buy expensive parts. For some people, yeah, they can do it. They have money either to buy it or to rent it, but many people don't have the money to do that, but they can still create their own curation. They can have their own gallery as part of my gallery. So it helps me because I get content, and it helps them because, well, they don't need to pay, you know. So good deal for both parties. Yeah, so that's basically this idea, and what I want is to develop the platform for artists together with the artists and creators. Next slide, please. So basically, I'm already doing all of this. It's a struggle, but still, I was able to bring quite a lot of people to Somnium, yeah, it's a long-term process. But I believe that if I get the money from the Creators Fund, I will be able to boost it up, because then, like, I create a huge amount of content just on YouTube, like almost 100 videos, and I have transcripts for all of those videos, and I would love to make articles about all of these artists. I would love to make some shorter videos for people that don't like to watch 1.5 hour long form exhibition or interview and all these things, but I don't have time for that. But if I have the money, I could create basically some sort of like rewards or bounties for the things that I need to be done for the week, for the month, going forward. I actually even already got some people, or one person that's doing video editing for me. He's new guy. He wants to build a name, so he edits the video. I get the edit for free, and he get the promotion from it. I got another person writing articles, but it's very slow. Actually, like now during the summer, it sort of stopped, but I think it will start again. I'm in contact with this person. But if I would be able to give them a little bit of money, because those are like, this one is a mom with little kids, so of course money are an issue, and if they would be able to get some money from it, then it would be like additional motivation maybe for this person to do it, or for someone to create some particular content using the videos that I have. There are quite a few funny moments in those videos, so someone could go there from the community, just cut the part of the video, post it up, and there could be a bounty for the like most viewed video or something like that from community content, or all of these sort of like gamified things where they would be able to use my library to build their own content. So again, it goes back to building the community for artists together with the artists. And the second thing is, I didn't mention it too much, but the interactive art experiences, those are mostly to boards. And I already have a couple of people that are interested working on them for free. Again, to get the exposure to start experimenting with it and so on. But there will be some missing competencies, and I will need to hire maybe someone to just do some part that I will not be able to do, or these people that are helping me able to do. Yeah, just maybe some help with some marketing, or just different things that I don't know how to do, and people that I know don't know how to do as well. Next slide, please. Oh, yeah, so that's basically the whole idea. I try to keep it short. I don't know how much time I have. Seems probably quite close. And if you have any questions, just shoot them away.
All right, let's give a round of applause to Artific. Cool. Thank you for the presentation. Let me probably start with the questions, and then judges prepare your questions if you have one. But I'll start with my classical question in terms of, and I know you covered some of those aspects, but still it's good to hear kind of like the more refined or short answer for that. It's okay, let's say you get approved for the Creators Fund, you get funded from September 1st, you get a transfer of money. What do you do next? What are your next like 2-3 steps you're going to do? with that funding and with that ability?
Yeah, so practically immediately since then, I will create the bounties for writing, for creating some original content, short videos or something like that. Yeah, so these will be the short ones. Then also I will be having a new revamped Discord, and I will need some mods. So I will first create some bounties for that in the beginning. I think in the, like going forward, some of these activities, the people that are doing them will be doing them either for free or for some benefits as part of the community. But this is the first, and then I think it depends on the launch of the Wars of Decay already launched, but we don't get to go into the wars. So I expect maybe like in 2-3 weeks time, I will see what are the holes that I need to fill for deploying some first world experience. So that would be the time that I will deploy I think like the rest of the money or a big part to be able to push it to the finish line.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you. Chris, do you have any questions?
Sure. Quick comment and then a question. I've seen a ton of stuff that you're doing on Twitter and YouTube and really appreciate it. I think it's amazing. I retweet a ton of it. I think that you really put a lot of time into everything that you do. So if you're busy for 40 hours a week and you're so busy that you need some additional funding to hire more people, there needs to be some sort of proven concept of you are busy for 40 hours a week and you're making a certain amount of money, so now you hire more people to make more money. So how have you already proven that you can make money 40 hours a week, and how do you think that you're going to make more money by giving some of these bounties to new people?
Yeah, so actually, like the whole concept, I think it's an important question. I do not have time to put it there, but it's important to talk about it. So currently, all of this is not about money. Everything what I do there is for free. And yeah, I actually sold some collaboration with some artists, or I did like promotional video with the artist's art, and people love it. And so I decided together with the artist that we mint it and we sell it, and we managed to sell it for 0.3 ETH, which was, I think, like quite cool for just, I made the promotional video anyway and just mint it and sell it. So it's nice. I also like have these collectible cards with the artists that had exhibition in the gallery as sort of memory events. They are like very cheap, like 0.01. Because currently, like this project, what I'm doing right now is not about money. Like I expect to get paid in, I don't know, 1 or 2 years time, and I'm really looking for the monetization in the time when like the metaverse becomes a thing. And I think it will come, but it will take some time. And during that, I'm basically doing everything for free to be able to boost the community growth. Because if I believe, maybe I'm wrong, I believe that if I monetize now, that I will limit the growth in the community. So I decided to go this way, and because I have a runway that lasts for like 4 years, I can do this for that period of time. And basically what I'm saying is, like, if you invest in this project, there will, like, it will not get the money back. You will just be able to increase the potential for my project to bring more people to the this beautiful world. So that's the idea, but it will not generate the money. I actually just recently started working with some like visual effects and so on. I'm thinking about maybe selling them where we get like items as decay or maybe like some avatars or something like that. But again, like these things are like it's sort of like I'm doing all of this, but it's not the project that I'm talking about or the core of the project that I'm talking about.
Cool. All right. Thank you. Thank you for the answer. And
God
yeah, that
damn
totally
it.
makes sense. And I agree with many points of that. Jambi, do you have any question to Artific?
I don't really have any questions. I just want to make a comment that I commend what you do, and you're like myself and Mark and those people that just want to make the community better by doing what we have a passion about, and I commend you on that.
Fantastic. Thank you for this comment.
Thank you.
And I agree with you. George, Natural Warp.
Yeah, all my questions have been answered during the setup and the previous panel members. I am very curious what you're planning to do with the worlds, though. Suppose you have any specific plans, I would love to hear about those.
So I don't
Yeah,
know if you
so-
heard it. Okay, you heard the question. Good.
Yeah, I heard it.
microphone is
Yeah,
a
so
little-
the first thing that I want to do, and I want to start like very small and build on top of that, so we have something that we can enjoy, because like even our community can like really enjoy a very simple arcade game with the Annihilator. So we don't need to go complicated to create something cool. First thing that I want to do is I want to do huge fireworks. You've seen a little bit like light and smoke show that I showed yesterday. I'm preparing something maybe for Oli. We need to test it if it will work fine and will not lag, of course. And I want to create something bigger for the world. So it will be like a lunch and some nice experience with fireworks and light effects and so on. So that would be like the first thing. Then going forward, a couple of things that I want to work on are again with artists about this interactive art. I already have a couple of artists that want to work on that, and basically I want to have multiple artists come here, and one would like to do, I don't know, chair. One would like to do stadium. Different people would do different things. Someone would like to do special effects or just some coding and something like that. And we can together create something cool. And I will not ask them to pay me, and I will not pay them. But with the microtransactions in the world using cubes coming up, we will be able to sell those assets that they provide into the world. So they create a chair to make the stadium really cool. Cool, anyone that comes there can actually buy the chair and put it into their parcel or whatever. And that comes through with everything. So that's one sort of big idea that I want to do with worlds, with collaboration with artists and other creators. And I actually looking at the worlds as not like one thing. So it's like one word for one thing, no. Because I don't know how it will be like technically at still, I think I can create like some automation where one day there would be like one experience, second day another experience, like different, there would be like different words in one word. And I already have like 4, 2 XLs and 2 smalls. So with that, I can do like a huge amount of things. I would look like to do some like shooter game and something like that. Maybe I create some avatars that would be that you could have here in Somnium. But if you come to the world, you would get some special abilities that could use in some FPS game or RPG game there, and all of these sort of things. So I have some ideas that I want to start very simple with the fireworks, and we take it from there.
All right, thank you. We're out of time for Artific. Thank you, Artific, for the presentation. Round of applause
job,
to
Artific.
you.
Thank you.
That was great.
Way to go, Artific!
Oh my goodness!
Oh,
What the hell was this?
cool.
Whoa!
All right, it's
Keep
over.
It easy. Keep it easy.
Ah!
Whoa! Wow! Okay.
That was cool.
What the? Okay. All right. I'm out of words. All right. Now I need to concentrate a little bit. Okay, what are we doing here?
Awesome
Disco night? No, it's not
finale.
disco night anymore. It's okay. It's creators fun, right? Now I know. Okay. Thank you, Artific. That was amazing. The ending, Jesus, you just killed it. And the next one is Somnium Space Community Guide by Denevro. Let's welcome one and only Mr. Denevro. Woo!
Hey, thank you. Can you hear me well?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's working?
Yes.
Perfect.
Yes.
So, I will present myself very shortly for who don't know me. So, I'm Denevro. I'm here from 6, 7, 8 months, I don't remember. And my goal was to live in Somnium space and also put all my time in community content creation and earn my life. And since 2 months, it's a thing. I reached the minimum level I put me, and I'm earning my life right now. It's not a lot, but it's very nice. And I think I proved that it's possible, even if you don't have 1,000 million Twitter follower, you know. And I mean, I could explain to you what I'm working on in Somnium, but I think it's easier to say what I'm not working on, right? So since the start, I start small and did avatars, and then I work more and more in the community, in tutorials, in helping everyone, and then avatar onboarding, and then I play with parcels, building SDK avatars. I do almost everything, and then I came to a solution. I came to the idea that we were lacking of centralization about all our community stuff. You know, we have Discord. It's very nice, but there's limit to Discord because it's like a shooting stars. Everything we say is there for minutes or hours or 1 or 2 days. You know, so when we say something and no one hear it, it disappears. So I thought we need some, like Somnium Space, we need some platform for the information that stay in the time. Can you go to the next, please? Or just take my tablet, sorry. Anyway, never mind. So, what is Somnium Space Community Guide? First of all, it's... Oh. Sorry, I got distracted. So, Somnium Space Community Guide, first of all, is a centralized platform. I know we don't like this word, but anyway, the idea is to take all the information about Somnium Space, official, community-driven. We have so much website. We have website officially that we need for links. We have YouTube. We have Twitch. We have all those official things. And we have even more about the community as a website and content. And for now, it's spread everywhere. You need to know that it exists. I'm not proud to say that, but I hear about Somnium Time like 2 months ago. I was like, what's this? And it was there and pretty functional, and they were posting a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? So why I call it guide? The word guide is used to say, I want to guide the community. First, the new people that come here, I want them to see all information they need. Temporarily, I have tutorials linked on my website. It's on alpha version for now. Maybe we'll change for the tutorials later, but the idea is still the same, even if the tutorials are moved. So, like I said, we already have Discord, and now we centralize all this information. So the word I was looking for, persistent. Like Somnium Space is a persistent word, I thought we need a persistent platform as a website to host everything we make finally. We will understand later what is it about. So your voice will not be lost in the flow anymore, like the shooting star, you know? So portfolio, business card, anyone can. I want everyone, if they have a project, if they have a YouTube channel, if they have anything they want us to know and find easily, I want them to post it on Somnium Space Guide. I may change the name for Somnium Space Community, but you know, it's not important for now. So project page is if you have a project, you have your own page and you post anything you want on it. For now, there's a little filter. First person that have to post things have to be whitelisted. And contract board and renting board. I will talk later about boards. It's very interesting. Can you go next slide, please? So who can use it? In fact, I would say everyone, but there's like categories of people. First of all, for the information part, any user that is just looking for information, how to log in, what is Somnium Space, what is Cube, you know, all this basic information. Or who is this, who do that, or where can I find this, where can I find that. This is the basic information for everyone. You can be advanced user, you can be someone that's just hear about Somnium Space, I want everyone to think this platform is useful. And the two other categories is about community members that want to show us something, like maybe about their project. Very important thing, everything you post on Somnium Space Guide is about Somnium Space. It's important. You can post about business free, but it have to be in the Somnium Space community, you know. It won't not make sense. And the other categories is the reverse. People that are looking for something. It will be they want someone to, for example, create stuff for them. They are looking for services. You know, the business part. The two last categories is more about business. But all the idea is not just about business. You have those two. Can you go on the next slide, please? Okay, so how to use it? I have two ways to use it. So normal user can just open a website and read any information. Nothing is hidden in this, it's all public. And then an interesting thing I add to the website, to the alpha version, is anyone can post comments in any page. It can be, there's spelling errors, thank you, it's very nice, you know, comments, question, add contents. This is there for that. So every page, a community or the other page, every page is this comment section. You don't need an account, you can just write comment and put your email. And the other category of user is people that want to create content. They can log in the website, create an account, and then they can make posts in different categories. I want to be clear, it's absolutely not a way to concurrence the Somnium time. It's absolutely not a way to do that. It's very complementary to every platform that we have. I don't see the use of competing. I want to be complementary. If someone makes something better than me, I will show to everyone they do it better. So I will go there. In fact, you know, community, we band together and we help each other. So you create an account and you can post content. First time you create an account, first time you post, I will check who you are and everything because I don't want people to spam. There's a lot of people that post weird stuff that I cannot accept. Can you go to next slide, please? So about the alpha version of the website, like I said, for the tutorial part, I keep them there temporarily. In the future, I know Somnium Space have some plans. And like I said, if something is better somewhere else, we will just move the content and say, there you go. This is all the tutorials. And then the prototype worked quite good. I tried it with Jambi, Oli, Pax, and Blake. And I was sure that every type of user can do this and cannot do that. So the prototype is quite good. Those are the search bar on the left, just for showing you the kind of categories we have. Main page, getting started, general guide, Somnium Web, Avatar SDK, Builder SDK. So it's more about tutorials, and this part is more about community content. So we have a portfolio. Everyone can create a portfolio saying who they are, and then we can learn about who someone is and what they do and everything. It's like a very, very small, I will say Facebook, but I let my mind. So, and the contract board. No. I will just jump in the water. I will talk about contract board later. Parcel renting board, same. And people flow. I'm looking for the name. It's the place. It's like people portfolio. So it's a page where everyone can create a post that will be there, and they talk about their project. One of the examples I did is virtual performing and put all the videos I find just to show what can be a people flow or I don't know, a project page, you know. The idea is to limit the limitation, you know, to give to people for free for now. Anything you can do it. Can you go to the next slide, please? Okay, the boards now. So this page is an example of boards. As you can see, my idea of website is very simple. I don't want too much information. I want to go somewhere, it's straight to the point. So this is an example of board. You have the left and the right. I changed the name, it's not the same. So on the left side is people that offer services. On the right, it's people that demand services, that are in needs. For example, this one is contracts. So anyone, any artist, builder, or anything about Somnium that are open to work, on the left, they can post about, I'm open to create builds, I'm open to create SDK item, I'm open to create avatars, there's my info, you can contact me, and there's a disclaimer to say that we cannot confirm that we can trust people. It's like Discord, you know, you have to do your work, and on the left, it's demand. So if you need a service or anything, the contract board work like this, and you have a flow that continues like this. For now, there's no rules, there's no time limit, but it may have in the future. So I thought this was a great idea for contract and renting. So for now, there's just two boards. There's contract boards for everything that's about working for someone else, or you want someone to work for you, and for people to see each other, they know that they exist. And the other type of board will be for renting. So if you want to rent your parcel to someone else, or if you want to rent the parcel of someone, you can make your post here. Okay, perfect. I will be done very soon. So this is the thing. Maybe in the future I will have the word renting board, the portal renting board, or a generic one. The idea is really, instead of posting on Discord every day and no one see it by accident, they don't read all the posts, there's too much. I want to provide people a platform to, a persistent platform for this. Can you go to the next page, please? Okay, about the spending of the funding. I will go very fast, it's very simple. So there's a service fee for the server. I work hard to find the more fast WordPress website because some of them are very slow. And one important part is I want to give earning to people that will work with me, correcting text, adding contents, and promotion too, because I don't intend to sell stuff to make money in the future, at least not for now. So, but I still need to make advertising to make people know that it exists. So, for example, Blake could help me with this, make nice videos that attract attention, and I have my friends that create contents, that also correct the content, so I want to give them something. And of course, managing a website is quite time-consuming, and this is covering all this, and I need this money to go to the next step, because I'm in the alpha version right now, I'm on a lot of projects, and I would like to concentrate a little more on this because I think it can really bring something interesting to the community. And also about WordPress add-ons, maybe if I find something interesting that will help every user, I could do that. So you can go to the next slide. I think it's the last one. Oh yeah, that's it. So thank you for listening to me. I hope I talk about everything on my website. I will be open for the question now.
All right, round of applause to
Woo!
Denevro.
Woo!
All right, so let me kick off the
Denevro.
question session while judges are preparing theirs. So one thing which we didn't see in the presentation is how much funding are you seeking to get? Are you trying to get the full amount or the less amount? This is one part of the question, and the second the second question is, how do you see your website placed, let's say, in comparison to Somnium Times, and like what are in your opinion would be the main differences? Because I'm pretty sure Somnium Times is already part of the Creators Fund project. They also are expanding, and then probably will be expanding into the territory of some tutorials and video tutorials, blah blah blah. So how do you see that, like, not being a part of the double take work and things like that. So these are the questions. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. So first about the funding, I'm looking for the full funding to pay myself and my friends to work on this project. I want it to be, I just not want it to be functional. I want it to be very attractive and useful. So there's a lot of work left to do. Once this is done, the platform should be nice enough to need a minimum work on it after that, at least. And about the comparison with Somnium Time, I would say I see those two platforms very differently. For the main concern about the community guide will be the community content. The community persistent content, like the contract and the renting boards, or the portfolio. And you see, I don't intend people to post articles like they did on Somnium Time. I want them to refer to Somnium Time because it's the place to all the articles and the events and things like this. But if you have a more personal project that you want people to understand that, these people have his profile on this website. It's not an article that someone write on him. It's like more individual, personal thing. And also, I don't see Somnium Time advertising for selling stuff or buying stuff. I think maybe not. It's not their purpose. And also, I want to complete some void in the community for centralization of information for now. But at any time, I want to add stuff if we need it in the community, or remove if there is better somewhere else. So I don't intend to compete with Somnium Time, that's for sure.
All right, thank you. Chris, any questions?
Okay. Yes, tough questions. Are you ready? So, I love what you do personally, and I've come out and I've reached out to you plenty of times, for help with avatars and different things. And same thing with Artific. He's done amazing things, and I think he's worth money, and I think you're worth money. Every time I reach out to you, I feel like I should pay you because you're worth money. You've mentioned that you could help with worlds, you could help with builds, you could help with avatars, and all these things are great services that you could help with. So one of my suggestions off the bat would be some sort of jobs board, where you could hire or have Wilson on your jobs board, where he could help build for people, so he gets exposure, and then he would end up giving 10% of his income to the website, so that it would be an ongoing income strategy for you into the future. And then the second thing, not just for you, but for everybody, is like, we're sharks here. These are sharks. If Mark Cuban was up here, he'd be asking even tougher questions right now. And you guys aren't applying for being employees. You're applying for money so that you could turn the $1,000 into $2,000. Because if you run out of the $1,000 in a month, what happens at that point? You use your $1,000 and everything gets going. Your website is obviously taken a step forward, but at that point, what happens? So just for my suggestion, and sort of a question of how you could incorporate some sort of income strategy, is adding that jobs board, a world's job board, a avatar jobs board, a build jobs board, and things like that. So maybe you could incorporate something like that.
Yeah, sure. Maybe contracts is less clear than job, but of course, if I feel the need to add more boards for jobs, like you said, that would be perfect. About the part who I charge people, like the other presenter said, I'm more looking at something to grow first and to pay the minimal fees. Maybe after to charge. I mean, it's business. If people put something for business, they will. I mean, they could pay a little at least for covering the fees. But for now, it should be fine. For the short term, free for everyone. I don't want to charge big amount of money to be minimal. So yeah, for the business part, I'm on the thing still right now.
All right, and one suggestion, I saw that part of the money, thanks for the questions, part of the money, you're spending money, I saw there you wanted to advertise your website. Just as a pro tip, I definitely would recommend looking at what Somnium Times is doing in terms of releasing their cards NFTs, where you can buy advertisement cards and advertise on Somnium Times, because Somnium Times has some readership from lots of people from Somnium Space, but also outside of Somnium Space. So that may be a good place to start with that. All right, Jimmy, any questions?
No, not really. I think you've covered it really well. I think it's a very important thing that we're missing, having everything in one place like that, because Discord, we get the same questions every single day from different people. And,
Right.
having this location where everyone can go and actually get the information they need is really important for onboarding people. And I think the point of the Creators Fund, at least as I understand it, is to help to grow the community, and having that important step where they can go and say, okay, how do I log in? How do I download? How do I make a wallet? How do I? That's important. I mean, and there's not always somebody in Discord to be able to answer every single time somebody asks that question. So I think it should be also on the Somnium website, should point to this website and say, hey, go here if you have questions. I think it's a great thing.
Thanks for this comment, and actually that comment brings me to another thing, and some of you know already, I think I've mentioned it during our dev meetups. Somnium Space website is being reworked completely right now. Lots and lots and lots of new information is going to be in. The whole FAQ section is being reworked, and lots of information which will be on that side and others will end up on the FAQ website of Somnium Space as well, of course. We would definitely look at, and depending how that goes, so probably Somnium website is maybe 1 and 2 months away from being released, but we will definitely look at how to kind of see and kind of cooperate or incorporate some of the information there and point at some things. Probably, I think in the long term, this is how I see it, is this website would have to be more of a kind of live feed, quirks and features thing, changing quicker than the official Somnium website, because it will always be slower in the refreshing information than
Exactly.
something like this. So the new feature, alpha feature releases, boom, next hour there is some new tutorial on, hey, that's a quick one, how do you upload? So that's how I see it, but we can discuss it later. George.
Yeah, no questions here. I love the way it's presented like a mix of an archive to find everything you need, and also to act like a forum that people can talk to each other.
Yeah, exactly.
And expand the ideas.
Oh, bring
like
the old chat.
I like the offer.
Could be a chat. I mean,
Also.
in theory, you can chat if you comment on any page. You can ask questions,
And
give
please,
infos.
on the main page, put with big letters. Okay, this is the founder, my personal ask. Please put a sentence saying, "No, we do not support Max yet." Okay, thank you. So that would ease off 80% of the questions in the Discord. All right, Dinevro, one
Max.
more time, round of applause to Dinevro. Thank you very much. That was amazing, and let us.
Amazing.
Dinevro!
Thank you very much.
You're
All right.
Dinevro.
All right. Without further ado, give a round of applause to Odds. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Odds.
Thank you very much. All right, well, hello, everybody. You can call me Odds, but my name is actually Jeff Busing. I'm a 35-year-old entrepreneur who lives in South Florida currently. I grew up in North Jersey, outside of New York City. My schooling was in New York City, downtown Manhattan. And then I fled the city and went to California for a couple years, back and forth. Long story short, I'm down here now in Florida. I have never had a corporate job. The closest thing to a corporate job I had was 15 years old when I had my first job at McDonald's. I'm very proud of that. It was definitely an experience. Next slide. So Odd City itself is live right now. Users can access it on mobile and desktop, and currently here in the Metaverse. My goal of Odd City itself isn't necessarily gambling. It is, gaming, as I'm calling it now, to try to be correct with the times and step around these gray areas, white lines. but I don't have any gaming background. The first console that I ever owned was an old school Nintendo. I had 2 games. I had Paperboy and Super Mario Brothers 3. I would make fun of people, my boys, everyone that was like playing video games and stuff. I'm like, yo, you're wasting your time. I never liked it. But I got really into crypto with Bitcoin back in 2016. And I kind of knew that like there was something there. I was always rebellious, wanted to get around as many rules and regulations as I could without actually, breaking the rules. So I feel like with Odd City, I figured something out, and I want to ultimately, big picture, be able to take some like-minded folks with me, be able to create value, and to have us get some power and create some things and change the world. So that's ultimately what I want to do here with Odd City, is providing a transparent, fair, and fun experience, and all that will be done with oddcity.eth, which is my ENS domain. I got to shout out Chris Bell, one of the first people I talked to here, showed me what that was, and a lot of these things that I'm going to show you today have come together because of all of you, because of the people I've met in here. And you can roll to the next slide, please. I've made these investments into Somnium space here. This medium parcel I speak of, I'm actually renting. But then the other pieces, so 2 parcels, 2 worlds, the avatar that I'm in right now, thank you to Nevero, you're the man. Woo! The ENS domain, my logo itself, my whole brand pack is an NFT. I commissioned that, so the Odd City token is a screenshot of that NFT, so is the Odd City logo itself, then my color scheme, everything revolves around that NFT in my ecosystem. And I've currently minted 10 million Odd City token. So that's as of the launch of the site on the 21st. Next slide, please. To start playing in Odd City, you don't have to download an app. You don't have to give any information. You're not taking a selfie with your identification, verifying anything. You're creating a username, giving your email address, which you don't even need to verify in the beginning. You would only have to do that later if you plan to withdraw or cash in your credits into tokens at that time, which is actually something I'm not going to get too much into today because that's not what I'm here for with the Creators Fund. Next slide, please. Currently, people can make deposits to purchase credits, or there's so many ways from the faucet that I've set up where you can get tokens every day. If you have an account, you can do share your affiliate link, for example. I know my man here, Blake Hotz, first affiliate of Odd City. I have 3 tiers of affiliate programs there. But if you choose to, and this will go to the grand scheme of funding the liquidity for Odd City token, but this works right now on Android mobile devices. iOS 14 currently prohibits me from being able to it tries to register like a browser. It doesn't realize like, oh, MetaMask is already downloaded. Even deep links using Trust Wallet, I can't figure out a workaround, but if you guys are on PC, Mac, whatever it is, you can go and this all works beautifully. Next slide. So, I forgot to say in that last one, I am accepting Cube. So right now it's Cube and Ethereum. Originally I wanted to do this all with the Odd City token, but where am I? I'm in Somnium space, and we have to integrate Cube into this. I think it's going to be an integral part of the success of what I'm doing. So I have a sign-up bonus. Basically this whole thing just shows that you don't need to put a single penny into this, and you can start playing, you can start growing, you can become a part of this. And then down the road, after the first round of funding, after people invest or buy in, ICO, whatever comes in the future, those people that have just done the chat faucet, the chat rain, the faucet, the affiliate program, your sign-on bonuses, you can be playing, earning more without spending a penny. Next slide. What is this over here? Oh, yes, okay. So My goal of the Creators Fund here is to find a 3D designer. I want to find somebody who I think actually, I know who they are already. I've built relationships with a bunch of people in here, and I want to hire these different individuals to help me bring these things to life. So in August here, I plan on hopefully securing creators funding. I'll go through later how I'm going to be allocating that. But then coming up next month, I'm going to release the founder NFTs. I want to have my games with the drop zone animation done and my 3D parcel templates all built out by next month. And then I'm going to have my first event, which is already kind of set up and rolling with Hot's House. Next slide, please. One of the services that I'm going to be offering with these 3D objects that I need created is the ability to white label my parcels, white label slot machines, horse races. There's different multiplayer games. I can even create the market and basically be the book for car races, kayak races, whatever it is that we all want to do together. I can be that ledger and that system to facilitate this for us. And who better than Hot's House to be the first one that has their own slot machine. Next slide. This is the smaller parcel. I think it's 155. I just picked this up when Ethereum went up. Someone put one on for 0.86, and I scooped that up. I want to create something that's low credits, that has, and I'm also not very smart here with this. I'd love to learn, but I recognize that it's not where I thrive and it's not my specialty. So something I've learned in business is to allocate and delegate certain things to people. So I want to have somebody create an object that I can upload and then wrap textures around it for the individual business's branding. And I want to call all these add-ons. So in theory, you're going to host an event. Okay, we're going to do a slot machine for you. We're going to give you a horse. And if you want to have it at a fresh location that's not your parcel, you can do it here, or next slide, please. On the medium waterfront that I have, this is one of my favorite parcels that granted, it's going to be mine. I'm renting this from Chris Bell, my man. I have t-shirts up here. You can see that I've already done. I'm actually wearing one right now, and Blake has another one. I wanted to have the founders scrolls similar to Blake. Next slide, please. Oh, pardon me, that was the wrong order. I'll go back into those scrolls then, I guess. The minted games are the other thing that I want to have designed. So like the Annihilator, I want to take, if it's the HOTS casino games or multiplayer blackjack, whatever it is, you could put that into the 3D animation, have a little game that people can have on their parcel, they can sell it on OpenSea, and that would all be using Odd City's backend. Next slide. Again, please. It says connection issue for me. Well, I can just roll through.
Yeah, we can see it.
Here we go. All right. Founder NFTs. So this is what I want to sell the shirts with. And, I loved what Somnium Times did with you get this, and then you have these perks. So I look at NFTs as being a box, and I could just stuff whatever I want into that box as far as unlockable content. I think the t-shirt thing is going to be kind of taboo because, how many of you would voluntarily give your address out to strangers, in the virtual world? I don't know. But it's something I think that people do. I would love to give that item to you as well. But having a role within Odd City, I want to do a little play off of a mayor, being a resident, the police chief, whatever that is. You would have certain roles, but you would also receive certain perks based on that. I haven't worked that out. I have no idea what that's going to be. Just like Artific said with the NFTs, I feel like I know so much, but it's a day-to-day thing for me. So depending on how I see it being best utilized within the community is how I will deploy that. Next slide, please. So my goal is just to have this all done by the beginning of October. I'm someone who, if I'm going to put money into something, I think about what is that return, how am I going to get there, and when am I going to get there. I'm not the kind of person that just wants to throw this and just let it ride, like you would in a casino, let's say. So I want to have these 3D games minted for sale on OpenSea. I want to have the first Odd City hosted event, which is different than an affiliate event, something with Hot's House or whoever else it may be. I want to have a monthly retainers set, which is where I plan on making the money back from that $1,000, aside from the minted items on NFT, and I say that, or on OpenSea. I say that because I don't know how that's going to work. That's part of the knowledge that I need to learn. I understand that there's some type of drop zone animation, but I don't know how that is going to fit into the object itself and how that would then reconcile. So the way that I plan on making the money is the add-on services, where that's a custom white-labeled slot machine, a multiplayer game, something within the community, the casino, that benefits the community. Next slide. So this is currently what I'm offering. Really won't get into this, not important. You guys can go check it out later. I'd welcome you all. Next slide. So this is actually a GIF. I don't know if this can play, but this is the first multi-game or multi-person player I was able to figure out. So you can be on the parcel and you guys can be playing blackjack against each other. Later on this week, I'm going to be rolling out multiplayer roulette as well. Next slide. This is a separate NFT project that I'm working on with two artists. One's out of Lake Tahoe, the other one's out of California. It's called Phantasmas. And we just did this slot machine, and I'm giving an example about how we can further white label these games for all of you, for anyone that wants to market a little differently, do some promotion for one of your events, whatever your mind can imagine, come to me and I can make it work. Next slide. Oh, it's next slide again. It's a GIF. It wants to play. Okay, so how will I use the funds? I am asking, yes, for the full amount, the $1,000. I would like to allocate $200 a week to the creator of my choice, and then have the other $200 in reserve to allocate to someone else, or to even bonus that individual out if they meet certain deadlines. And that's it. Thank you.
Right. Round of applause to odds. Woo, 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 woo. Woo. Okay, so
Yeah! Let's go, baby.
okay, I'll go with the first question. It's a two-part question from my side. One part is, how are you dealing and how are you planning to deal with like legislation and gambling on that side? So that's number one. And number two is, what is your I, by the way, like the idea of kind of being able to quickly react on things like, racing in Somnium, like in betting and things like that. But how do you plan to attract users and kind of grow the brand? But let's start with the question number one, legislation and.
Question number one, the legislation, in my eyes and where I've been advised by counsel, is if I'm not touching USD, being in the United States, it doesn't matter. I have an arcade. So it's like you go to Chuck E. Cheese, you give them money, you get tokens, you play a game, you get a raffle ticket, which is a credit, and then you can go cash it in for a fluffy animal or whatever prize you desire. In this case, if everything comes to fruition and people put their faith in me and we pool together, we could have that prize, that credit, equal something that could then be swapped in the future for Ethereum possibly, if that all works out. And then at that point, it would be on the user, it would be their responsibility to pay whatever applicable tax they would have to endure based on wherever they are at that point.
So you're allowing to deposit only tokens and withdraw only tokens, is that correct?
You can only deposit Cube or Ethereum, and then that gets you credits internally within the site. Everyone has an internal wallet that then if you want to withdraw, let's say right now you want to withdraw your odds into your MetaMask. We would pay the gas, we send you your odds, and then they're holding in your wallet, but there's no value to them right now. So the smart thing to do would be keep them internally in Odd City and try to build that up until we get to the level where we have the first 10 million are all out. And then we take the money from that first 10 million, create the liquidity pool, and then have a plan at that point to publish white papers, to actually have things set in stone. Because right now, I'm rolling with the punches. I know and I have a clear plan on how I'm going to make this work, but that clear plan involves a lot of different people and things to go right along the way. So if COVID has taught me anything, like the pivoting and rolling with the punches is very important.
Yeah, for sure, and that's a great skill to have. But just to make sure, so you can deposit cubes, but you cannot withdraw cubes, and you cannot play for cubes. You can only play for odds credits. That's correct?
That is correct.
Correct. Okay, thank you, Chris.
Well, I think you have a clear revenue model for sure. I mean, casinos make sense, and you already mentioned the liquidity pool in the future too. I think it sounds like, with the legislation involved, I think that you have a really good idea here, and you can just add the browser to the parcels and things like that. So I don't have too many questions for you, especially hard questions, but one cool thing I could think of off the top of my mind is having like a slot machine NFT and a blackjack NFT where you can give odds like credits to, so you're already giving them away for free for earning certain things. So if I bought a slot machine NFT from you, I would maybe get 1,000 odds tokens per month to be able to spend on your site too. So some cool things like that, you can spend some money and make some money and stake NFTs that way. But no, not too many tough questions. I can't think of anything. You answered it.
Yes, well, if I can just address what you said, the affiliate program itself right now, that's set up where if you share your affiliate link, which is in your profile, you get 100 sign-on credits for that person signing on, and then you get 10% of their winnings, lifetime. And there's 3 different tiers of that. So if then they refer somebody else, they get 50 and it's 5. And then if they refer somebody else, the final tier is 25 and 2.5. So I look to take that same thing, and I got that from the minting process, which I absolutely love, and I can't wait to learn and dive into that more as well. But thank you.
That's awesome.
Can I get 10% of everybody's losses? Since we're talking about casino, I'm joking.
We can talk.
And
losses.
and yeah, sure. And another comment of mine, like, hey, Chris Bell don't have tough questions. You old gambler.
I
knew it. All right. George,
I know how you're going to
other
make money from Gambleaholics. That's obvious.
Do you have any questions, George?
Yeah, I do. I stepped away from gambling 30 years ago because I was heavily addicted around my 18 or 20s. But I wonder if you are also looking into the more playful and creative side, like the play to earn instead of just gambling.
Yeah, thank you for your question. So part of my plan for this is I don't want people to have to deposit tokens or invest to, I come from a place where if you start something and it's not free, it's not going to succeed, especially if no one knows you. So I want people to be able to come in, you get 100 odds when you sign on. Every day you go to the faucet, you can get 10 odds that way. If you refer people, there's the referral program for affiliates. Then on top of that, you guys were talking about the chat. I have a beautifully integrated chat that works in Somnium space. and it works on mobile and desktop. And if you're the most active person in that chat for the day, site-wide, granted I have different rooms set up for slots, for poker, for everything going down, but that person also gets rewarded with tokens. So you have the ability to get odds every day just for participating in the ecosystem of Odd City.
One question on top of that. Can I come and get the faucet every single day, not gamble, and then after a few weeks just withdraw the odds and wait until possibly there's a value?
Yes, sir.
Awesome.
Okay, now he has already business model in his mind.
There's going to be a bot running on my site.
Exactly. You know where we'll find Chris in VR every day, okay? But in his beautiful car, okay? I have to take this comment. He'll drive in. He'll click 2 clicks. Exactly. You'll hear coming. Exactly. One comment from my side is. Obviously gambling, and it's a good comment from George, rather like play to earn rather things than pure gambling, but also we are looking at Somnium, and I commented on that several times in the past. We're looking at Somnium the ways how we would, first of all, of course, be legally correct. So we would make sure that we do everything according to the current laws. And on top of that, we would probably take active steps in terms of, protecting the underage people from gambling. And one of the steps we are potentially looking at is that we will not allow, by identifying the parcels and worlds which are, related to gambling, we would require users, in order to see that content, we'll require them to KYC with one of the KYC partners we'll have in the future. Again, they don't need to, but if they don't KYC themselves, they will not see the parcel content, or there will be a placeholder saying you have to be KYC. So that's one of the potential. I'm just trying to explain what we're looking at as solutions. So there are potential things like that, which we're looking at. Of course, things evolve, and we are, we're keeping our hand on the tap, and we'll probably talk more about that. But yeah, so this kind of things, of course, are important, and it has to be legally, top-notch to make sure that
Yes,
everything.
I want to do everything
is
above
clear.
board, Artur. I want to lead by example. That's why I'm, even with my ENS domain, jnb.eth, everything is public and being able to tie to who I am as an individual on planet Earth.
It was no question of that. I respect that. It's just me commenting on how we look at the gambling thing in general, making sure that there's a bunch of kids in this world. There will be parents are bringing their kids here, and we need to make sure that it's a very kind of not safe. I don't want to say we don't want to overshoot anything, but on the other hand, we need to make sure we need to be aware of certain things. But cool. So from my side, there is no questions. You said you're shooting for full amount. We heard that. So thank you very much. Give a round of applause to Odds, and
everybody.
Don't cry next to the slot
Let's
machine.
go,
everybody.
baby! Odds out of the way! Let's go, baby!
Hey,
job,
mister. All right. He either lost a lot or won a lot. I'm not sure now. I have to figure out.
You can see through the registry.
Exactly. I'll look at the registry. What's happening here? All right, everybody. Thank you.
Okay, welcome everybody. My name is Focus. I'm from the Lower East Side of New York City. I was introduced to virtual reality in December of 2020 by a friend of mine, from the legendary hip hop group Lords of the Underground. I've heard of VR, but I've never experienced it. And when I put the headset on for the very first time, I literally changed my life, and I knew that this was going to be the future. And I spent the next couple of months in various different platforms, organizing events, ticketed events, hip-hop events. I onboarded over 225 people onto a particular platform. I made over 196 people buy Oculus Quest 2 headsets. Everybody pretty much trusts my judgment. I'm just extremely passionate about this and believe in it. Some publications went ahead and did some articles on me, and yeah, it's been a learning process. So I played shows on various platforms, and I made it my business to make sure that I touch each platform and kind of document every time I do a show. I stumbled across Somnium Space and didn't fully understand it at first. I was like, okay, this is cool, but okay. But then I really started to understand crypto. Then I really started to just see how early we are in space and how much of a great thing that is. So I was doing events and I was monetizing, but I was really, really working hard and felt like there was no real benefit for me bringing people to these platforms and things like that. But with this platform, I see now that not only it's a win-win situation, so now I actually get to benefit from the people that I introduce to VR and to this platform, especially if I, one day maybe able to own my doing it. And what I really love about it is that, like dream for everybody, be listening for but with this particular equity that I put out, I'm actually going to be able to benefit from it in the long run. So I said, well, why don't I do what I've been doing, but bring it here? So basically my idea and concept was, why don't I do what I've pretty much been doing before, but now do it in this place where it's going to be mutually beneficial. So I have an event that I used to do called Hip Hop After Dark, where it was a live show, live DJ, people mixing in, I'm hosting, but now my concept is to onboard and introduce artists that they perform, and then have their do a record that's essentially a unreleased song that will be introduced as an NFT on. So this way it onboards people, gives them realities, the understanding the concept of what Somnium Space is, and being able to grow the community, grow the following, because we all win if more people continue to jump on board. And my goal is to eventually one day own a parcel that I can build on. And I know what I've done in the past with my extensive relationships. You guys can definitely check out my stuff. I am focused. You can see what I'm doing in the VR space and outside. Currently, on tour and passionately in this platform. And the thing that excites me the most is that now the work that you do, you actually have a platform, a company that's actually going to match you and support you to help, because they understand the concept, right? If you help me, it's actually helping you as well, so we're helping each other. And that's what we need. So my events will be hip hop events with live music, live DJ, and then artists, some up and coming artists, as well as some already established artists. I'm a DJ, come and host, and the idea is that we market and promote this event outside, so this way it brings more attention and awareness inside, while being able to sell NFTs and items that can actually be used. So I'm not going to speak on what I'm going to do for my first official NFT, but I can assure you all that you will love it. So that's pretty much my my pitch, a quick version.
All right, thank you very much for that.
Yeah! Woo! So from what I've gathered from what you've said so far, it's an event that's going to be held every Friday, that's going to be dedicated to hip hop and whatnot, and you plan on bringing artists into Somnium Space and then playing in Somnium Space, then releasing an album and then releasing an NFT with it? Is that what we're doing here?
I'm sorry, you kind of cut off a little bit, but I heard some of it.
Are you bringing artists from outside?
Yes.
Into Somnium Space?
Correct. And it wouldn't be every Friday for the first 3 months. I would toy around with once to twice a month, depending on which artists I get. And then from that point, I can have a better idea, engage and understanding as to the volume, as to the retention, if it's growing, and kind of build it like that. Because when you deal with the concept is, again, introducing artists to it, but then having them perform exclusive content that then will be songs, music, that then will be never before released, but that will be introduced on Somnium Space and then immediately made available as an NFT.
I have another one.
So that's.
Can you do events? Can you do like rap battles and freestyle? Is it gonna be like a Friday rap? You know?
No, I don't do
like
freestyle battles. I don't do freestyle battles. I just put together events, right, where we have an artist or two that are performing, and then we have a DJ that's playing music, and generally we stream it outside onto Twitch, so those that are not in VR see what's going on, and then want to eventually jump into VR. So
where are you gonna host these events?
Where I'm gonna host these events? Well, the first event, the person that I know at the moment is Jembe. Through him, I'm going to do my first performance, and as I continue to network and build with people, I'll be able to see what I can put together, and then eventually own my own function for the maximum that's available, because and make that work. Because I mean, if it's $1,000, obviously that's not going to be exactly to make it work, but I'll make it work. I mean, I've been making it work with what I have at this point. Well, when I book DJs, when I book artists that have a following and a name, I'm going to be able to pay them some money, so this way they can promote and at the end bring awareness to all parties involved. I mean, of course, I always favor, so instead of paying this much, I can pay this much, and artwork, and yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what it is.
So you're going to be bringing new artists from outside during their shows. Will they do you project them bringing their audience into the shows?
Do I project them bringing their audience? I can't speak about what they're gonna do. My job is to make sure that I get them in here to do their job, and then from that point, yeah, that's my job. So if you check my record, if you check my events that I've done in the past, I'm going to say that there's definitely more of a challenge to onboarding here, because most people are not with PCs, but I believe that through the network that you guys already have, I believe if we can both promote and cross-promote the fact that I'm bringing, the hip-hop and VR brand in here, I think that might entice some people that are already able with the computers and proper headsets to actually come on board, because I believe it brings something different to the table. Yes, I'm doing my first event. I've already committed to doing something with it. Just want to follow through with that. Just something, separate and apart. But I want to keep focused the artist, the individual, as a separate brand, grind and doing what I do individually. And then as far as the actual events that I do as a promoter, host, that is something totally separate. So that's me working, that's me finding people, that's me getting Grandmaster Cash, and at the end, we all need people in the space. We all can benefit from the marketing and the promotion, as long as we remain consistent. That's really the keys to success. As that's what's been working.
Do you plan on doing these events in VR? If you have an artist that says they want to do a web event, do you have it in your mind that you'll do web events, or is this primarily VR?
I'm only going to work with people that I know have the capability of doing a proper set. So I know a ton of different artists, a ton of different DJs, but not all of them are properly equipped to do a set. So the ones that I've done work with in the past, we will be able to make that. Yeah, I mean, generally what I do is I have a full setup in my home, my basement, I have full everything, proper internet, the works, green screen, everything. So I can always schedule something, and if I have budget, it makes it easy to have somebody to come down, and they can just do their set from there.
So,
I mean, like I said, I've been doing this for quite a while now, consistently, and I've seen the problems. I've seen what to avoid. I've learned not to try to entice people that don't really get it. I don't want to try to twist anybody's arm. I don't want to do that. I only want to work with those that get it, those that are willing, and that's it. Because I want to save myself the headaches. Believe me, I've been through it.
Yeah. So your idea to monetize this is to, say, take an artist that's performing, turn one of their songs into an NFT, and then sell that?
When you said, well, I never said about monetizing. I never really spoke about me monetizing. I just spoke about the concept that I plan to bring to the table.
Gotcha. Well, have you thought about how you're going to monetize this to bring in better artists, etc.?
I mean, that at this particular time, that is not my focus. My focus is for the next 3 months, to put together successful events that bring more people to the space, and for the field to grow.
Okay.
I'd like to say something, if it's okay. I'm new to Somnium. A lot of you guys have been here putting in help work, and you guys have built your brands and your stuff. And I'm not looking to step on anybody's toes. I'm just a stubborn-headed dreamer that I find to make it happen. So I don't want to give anybody the wrong impression that I'm coming in here trying to. I'm just, believe me when I tell you, I'm just a stubborn-headed dreamer. And I'd love to learn from you guys, and see how we can all grow, because there's room for everyone to prosper. So I just want to
you're full of dreamers, so.
Yeah.
And for my first event, when I do my first event, you'll see, what my rollout and my plan will be with regards to the whole NFT. My thing is, I want to educate people, because there's a lot of opportunity, but people don't know about it. So I don't want to rape anybody and cheat anybody. So I say, like I'm looking to, if somebody has his own, I'm not going to get paid to get. So this artist has all, that's his own. I'll change how to mint it. It's on him, and then it's on him to do his hustle and sell it. And if he chooses to give a commission, that's fine. If not, I'm not really looking to that. Like, I respect people. If it's your art, busy. I'm gonna get my money. One way or another, I'm gonna get my money. I'm not worried about that. But I don't want to charge people for NFTs, and I'm not looking at that. That's not my interest. My interest at this point is really getting people in, in VR in general, and letting them know that this stuff is and how incredible it is.
Yeah. Focus. If there's a will, there's a way.
We need some music.
Blake, can you bring some music in meanwhile? Is that possible?
Let's do it.
I want to see you dance, everybody.
Can you guys hear me?
We can hear you.
Oh yeah.
Huzzah. All right, let me get some tunes on here. 1 second, my lords. 1 second. Everybody get down with it. We've got some amazing people up in the house, and I gotta say, I'm ready for this one. Let's go.
Come here, and meanwhile, come here, everybody. Let's dance a little bit.
Chair dancing. Chair dancing. 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 Dancing.
Shake that polygon.
Dancing.
Hey.
Dancing. Shake. Shake. Shake.
Who's ready to download and get on Hot City with the Blake Hots affiliate code? Let's go! I gotta win my money back, guys. Come on.
These
Yo, it's a proper club, Artivix.
Polygons and Blender.
Thank you.
Polygons and Blender. Hey Pax, do you still lag?
I think
Do you
he's
still
in
lag,
2D,
Pax?
probably.
By the way, the car has sold for $7.77, $25,000.
I was just looking that up. I couldn't
Insane.
find it.
Wow. OMG.
I knew it would be maxed
Put
out.
polygons in Blender and press smoothie.
Grab your mesh and your collider. Put that build me item in. I'm gonna build it up. I'm gonna build it up, baby, on here. Give me that polygon. Shake it. Move it around and then upload it. Let's go.
Look at
Where's
my
Focus,
polygon.
baby? He's a rapper, right?
Look at
Let's
my
get him up in the mic.
Shake your polygon. Shake your polygon. Look at my polygon. They are moving.
How big is this effect? Man, should be some huge.
Yeah, it's like
Polygon,
50
polygon,
meters
polygon,
system
polygon.
Somnium.
It has to go outside of the parcel, right?
Yeah.
I think Arctic is the particle master right now.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Polygon master.
I need
Zip it.
particles.
Bringing it down. We're gonna
Party.
down.
Like we'll hire you to
Yeah,
come to the party.
exactly.
Actually, it was like I pay you 25 cubes. You stay there for 3 hours. You just do this, okay? That's it.
Now I need
Yeah.
Now I need to make
That's a
shader
bit- that's a bit
particles to beat him.
Whoa, can you do
Ah, you
that?
got some competition. Okay,
What?
cool. The price will go down. I
Look
like
at
it.
this.
Well,
Like this.
you can create particles with shaders.
Yeah, I know.
Shooting cards. Nice.
Oh, some love to it. Yeah, like in the worlds, we will be able to have collisions. So
Sunny coffee.
you can
Sunny
create like
coffee.
with the floor.
coffee, sunny coffee.
Perfect.
Sunny coffee.
Okay, I'll bring the camera here so
Oh,
we
you
can.
spilled it on
let's
me.
dance, everybody.
Can I get a Somnium space? Let's go. Get your hands
Bro,
up,
you
baby.
can hear that
We're gonna
everywhere.
drop it down.
You can hear that throughout the whole world, bro. You know that?
Wow, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You know what? You know what?
Never.
Like this.
Oh.
Here.
How many hearts can you catch?
20.
Here we go.
It's coming. It's not coming. Oh, he ran out of hearts.
He's coming! He's coming! He's coming!
Oh no, it's the gestures.
What happened?
Dancing particles.
Let's go, baby. We got a party on the floor. Can I get some Somnium cubes? Oh, yeah.
Polygon.
We need some French rap. Come on, Genevro. We need some French rap.
Go shake that polygon. You don't shake that.
I'm not sure.
Shake your polygon.
Mets les polygons dans Blender. Mets les polygons dans Blender.
Is that French?
Yeah.
Melee?
Toi,
Mutate? Is that what it
Mutate.
means? Multiple.
sans polygone.
Multiple.
We are traveling
Multiply.
into a world unknown
Et toi,
and
regarde
uncharted.
mes polygones.
Together, we will find things we've never thought or imagined. May we together unite as one under this
Toi,
roof
ton move.
in the
Moi,
metaverse
tes moves.
and
Man, how did you
describe
get
our
the teleportation?
dreams.
That was epic. What?
Montre-moi comment tu bouges. Montre-moi comment
How'd you make yourself go away?
comment tu bouges.
Like you go away? Is that like invisible?
Did you choose where you were going to
What happened?
Yeah, but we didn't see
Yeah,
his
his
name
na-
tag.
yeah,
That's
yeah. That's what I'm wondering. What's going on here?
That's what makes me puzzled. I was like,
That's really cool,
Yeah, just
bro.
teleport to the right so you couldn't see it.
Oh, so
You can try it.
do it again, do it again, bro. Do it again, please, please,
If
please.
you don't know
Boom.
how to rap,
You can
you
try
can
it.
walk out the door.
Woo!
Like
Chris
this.
Bell on the mic!
Oh,
all right.
Go,
Teleport, guys.
teleported.
Timing. It's all about the timing.
Nice. Look at that.
Bring back the lasers.
Oh, the aliens.
Oh
No.
my God.
Wow, that's just.
Montre-moi tes polygons.
Artifix has defined himself as the new god. He can walk time and
You
space
played
as
that game for a
one.
long time already, by the way. The circle. The battle
Oh, yeah,
circle in the amphitheater.
Artifix controls the circle.
Yeah, you can't shoot me.
Use that.
But we could create some cool game with it. I could create animator that would switch it up, so I would be
like
seen like maybe like second every 10 seconds.
Sabotage.
Oh,
shooting,
yeah. That'd be nice.
Or it would like flicker, so it would be even
Yeah, this
random,
looks
I guess.
so sick.
Your name would still show.
Having some problems.
Hey, I'm Spotty, I'm Spotty, I'm Spotty, I'm
back.
Spotty, I'm Spotty, I'm Spotty, I'm Spotty, I'm
You
Spotty,
back?
I'm Spotty. Hey, Big Dog, Focus is back in the house. About to take down the last bits of the Somnium Critters Fund, baby.
Do we
Let's
hear
go.
you?
No,
Focus?
we can't hear you.
can't hear us.
No dice. You're mute.
Damn it.
Express
Damn it, Oculus.
yourself.
Can you disable and re-enable your microphone on Windows Manager? Sometime it work. Disable and re-enable it. Oh no, my microphone don't work.
His microphone don't work.
Microphone,
What should he
microphone,
do?
microphone.
Cause it don't work, we should all twerk. Get down on the floor, do some work. I want some more. Shake it really good, girl. The creator's fun.
Microphone.
Having lots of fun. The creator's fun.
Yeah.
Lots of fun at the creator's fun. Watching people pitch. If they're bad, we'll throw them in a ditch. No losers, we all win. If you doubt me, I'll say it again. Sound in space. Sound in space. Sound in space. Somnium space. Hey,
Keep it going.
here
Don't
we
pull
go.
The cord. Everyone keep listening to
We
Let's
won't
go.
stop. We're just getting started.
No, don't pull the cord. Cause I don't want you to be bored. I wanna entertain you. So get down on the floor and dance, twerk around, shake that ass. Come on, Focus.
Hey you, I love your shader. Where are they coming from? Oh, there. I love your shader.
She loves my shader. She said, do me harder. Don't be a hater. All the girls know I'm a player.
I don't hear you, Focus. So the only possible thing is to do exactly what Ultralord said. It's like to switch off Somnium, take cord off, then put the cord back in, then turn on the recording app in the window
And press
then
record.
start Somnium.
Yeah.
And press record, right?
Yeah.
Press record. That's important.
And then test. It could be like test, 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 and then you'll see it, like the circle get big, it'll confirm, and then you can go in. So it was like a ritual I had to do every time I logged in.
If recording is working with Oculus in the recording app, then Somnium will work as well.
My friend, you should smile with your blend shape. Put your blend shape up.
Get those blend shapes on your face, girl. Yeah. If she don't have blend shapes, I spray her with mace. No emotions. That's not cool.
No emotion.
Put those blend shapes smiling. Put those blend shapes
Yo,
smiling.
yo, yo, give me some space.
Don't do
You
sad
don't back up,
handshake.
I'll spray you with mace.
Hey, he'll spray you with mace. He's king of the race. Run away and this guy will give chase. Oh.
Let's go.
Leave some for Focus,
Can you-
guys. Come on.
Archer,
Let's get it
can
up
you in real life
Focus.
make a party in Pentagon like this?
When the COVID is gone, next summer we're having a Somnium Space party in Prague.
Yeah.
Make the accommodation possible. You all fly in. We'll have some best time of our life. Trust me. And we'll announce some crazy stuff. We'll announce some crazy stuff along the way.
Yeah.
Will be worth coming.
Yeah,
We're
Somnium
gonna have a cuddle
cards.
party in Arthur's room.
Somnium
In the suite, let's
cards.
Not in my room, okay? Not in my room. Not in the room.
Alright, fine. In the hot house room.
Yes, room service.
Let's go.
Fake news. Wrong.
Dance in Somnium with your polygons.
Come on, Ollie, dance.
in
What's
Somnium.
wrong? Come on. Yeah, there you go.
What's wrong with your polygon?
Oh, what's wrong with your polygon? Hey girl, I see you with them polygons on the dance floor. Come baby girl, come get some more.
What have been doing? Tell her we had a business meeting for Creators Fund.
Are you happy?
But never show her the video out of it.
See your blank
Is this what you've been doing?
Show me your blank
So he pulled up with his car
Show
into
me
the
your
party.
animations. Show me your shaders. Show me your
That's how you
polygons.
flex.
Exactly.
Is that the color I like?
Just pull up the
Now,
video, bro.
25 grand for a car. I mean,
I
that's
don't
See your
a lot.
expression.
It's not just a car, bro. It's not just a car.
of course
It's
not.
it's a perfect car. It's a perfect car. It's the idea of a
It is
perfect
a
car, right?
It is a perfect car,
Your
yeah.
fingers and
It's like
smile.
something you would never be able to have in real life, but who cares about
And
real
that's
life? You
mine.
can have it here,
Yeah.
you can drive it to a place on the
Fingers.
parcel, cool.
And then smile.
This is the ultimate flex car.
Smile.
Mad Max is the ultimate flex car.
Yeah,
Yeah,
look
how many
back,
never
look
go
back.
like,
Yeah,
whoa,
wow, bro.
take it easy. It's like immediately once one Mad Max comes with his car, I'll flip my car out of the parcel. Like, okay, it doesn't deserve to be here even. Like, go away.
I don't want to humiliate myself.
I don't want to embarrass myself. I'll throw the kayak and the car away. It's like, yes, you won.
Allowed to come here.
Who won anyway?
I think
Is it anyone that we know?
the lasers are
Here,
giving
you can
Focus
walk.
some lag.
You think so?
Oh,
You can
turn
fly.
on the lasers!
You can walk. You can fly.
Okay.
You can kayak.
Aww,
Here.
great.
Now
Thanks
we're
a
back to
lot,
boring
Ollie.
party.
Yeah, you made it. Like,
Yo. I am big and you are teeny. It's because I showed up in my Lamborghini.
hey! Even though that may be true, that may be true, and that's all well and right. But you know, girl. I mean, okay. Hold on, sorry. Okay, I'm not. But next.
You know, but you know Bell. His name is Bell. You can say you know Bell.
Oh, you know, Belle. I don't kiss and tell. Mwah.
I got 1 point, so I have scored. I got first place against Ultra Lord.
Oh, okay, yo, he's good. He played it. He played it. The pronunciation, bro.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, if Focus doesn't come, you just run through his presentation, Chris. You're just presenting for him, all right?
And you'll rap through the whole presentation.
Exactly.